Check 1 2. Testing 1 2. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people all over the world, tuning into another episode of Soundcheck with RHETTMATIC and D-Style, brought to you by the Beat Junkie. Yeah. Salute to everyone that's checking us live here on Twitch and also on YouTube, as well as usound.com. Yes, Soundcheck with yours truly, and of course my Beat Junkie brother D-Style. Let me bring him in right now.
Yo.
Yo, what up, D?
What's going on, Rhett? Can you hear me?
Yep, can hear you good, loud and clear.
There you go. All right.
What's cracking?
Oh man, same old, same old. How you doing?
Ah, man, you know, same here. Trying to fight the sniffles and stuff.
Yeah, you sound a little under the weather right now, bro.
Man, you know, cold weather over here in LA.
It's not that cold in LA. Come on now.
Come on. I mean, it's sunny. I mean, we had rain for like a good 2 weeks and stuff. I mean, didn't you have rain also in Vegas?
Yeah. I mean, it's snowing up in the mountains right now out here.
I can't believe it can be cold in Vegas. Usually it's real hot and shit.
You know, it's extreme because you got the hot in the summer, you got the cold in the winter.
Right.
Yeah, you know how it is, man.
Right. All right. Good. So, you know, it's our second show for 2023.
Yes, sir.
Man, so we have a special guest, of course, all the way from Rockaway, New York. Bobby J from Rockaway. Got a new album with Neff, the producer.
Yep.
They got an album called Radio Days. But instead of just, you know, talking about it, let's just, you know, we changed the format. Let's get into it and just start playing, material from a special guest before we bring him in. Can we do that?
Let's do it.
Right.
Yep.
All right. So I'm gonna put you back in the green room, guys. Say what's up to everybody in the chat room. Say what's up to D, Wax Founder and stuff, and we'll get back to it. Yeah. Let's start like this.
In the building. The Rock is in the building. The Rock is in the building. The Rock is in the building. I'm here to inspire, to grow from first buyer, to grow from an Audi A8, from a fucking flat tire. I'm here to inspire, to grow from first buyer, to grow from an Audi A8, from a fucking flat tire. I'm here to inspire, to grow from first buyer, to grow from an Audi A8, from a fucking flat tire. I'm here to inspire, to grow from first buyer, to grow from an Audi A8. I'm here to inspire, to grow from first buyer, to grow from an Audi A8, from a fucking flat tire. When a W12 pulls off the curb, my actions add verbs to those who can't connect my adverbs. So you left on the curb like a kid saying bad words. You want fucking time out. Let me get my rhymes out. I'm in Redfern with my goons and shooters and all my slimes out, and they don't hang around me, but don't flood your block like pests if they think I'm upset. And I always sound like this, my voice don't change much. Staying some hot kicks of brim, I don't really change up. Far out flip-flops with a matching short set. Or some dead stock trip that you ain't never saw yet. What size are these? They all size if you think they look sweet. But my left hook sweet, that's why they stay on my feet. Forget it, it's showtime late. Hang 'em. Ice shooting dice, so we probably just joined. And if you ain't talking shipments, it ain't that important. And if you ain't talking business, it ain't that important. Yeah, it's all hundreds, so nothing's getting sorted. Yeah, I'm in recovery, so nothing's getting snorted. Off the vibes, off the lights, off the mics, and a fresh pair of Nikes that comes in 2 sizes, one for now, one on ice. Buy out the finish line for all them 3 stripes. Can't be giving motherfuckers another 3 strikes. No. Cause if you ain't hit the first time, why should I pitch twice? Think about that shit. First time, shame on you. Next time, shame on me. Fuck that shame on you shit. Ain't no playing me. You fucked up the spot, stunk up the place. So vile con Dios, fuck out of my face.
We got family round here, we got love round here, we got respect and all of the above round here. We don't fake it round here, we don't play around here. You better watch what you say if you don't stay around here. Cause year round, you hear this banging out your chin year round. You hear the sound of the police, but we don't cower around here, we don't run around here. No, you'll see what I mean when you come around here.
Bobby J,
Researching chrome will expose your facades. Why you think my name Chrome will expose your facades? Why you think my Chrome will expose your facades? Why you think my name Chrome will expose your facades? Why you think my Chrome will expose your facades? Why you think my name Chrome will expose your facades? Why you think my Chrome will expose your facades? Why you think my name is Chrome? Richard Chrome will expose your facades. Why you think my name is Bobby J from Rockaway? We're known for the bars, like the Blackwater, Connolly's, RBI's, Irish Circle. But guys will try to hurt you, punch you till your eyes are purple. Start a riot and defy the curfew. But I'm a good Catholic boy, I apologize inside the church pew. Father, forgive me for I am sin. See round here, teachers, nurses, catches, men. And iron workers, I ain't talking local 40. I mean the type to push your wig back. People think it's just MC searching. Stack bundles, sorry, that's a big cat. We fathered you MC, that's a big fact. See round here, you gotta watch your back and pay attention. And round here, the chicks are thicker than the racial tension. But we don't play that round here, the cat is out the bag. Welcome to my block, it's the family round here. We got love round here, we got respect and all of the above round here. We don't fake it round here, we don't play it round here. You better watch what you say if you don't stay around here. Cause year round, you hear this banging out your G. And year round, you hear the sound of the police. But we don't power around here, we don't run around here. No, you see what I mean when you come around here.
Bobby J for 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 Bobby J for
Sound check.
Yeah. Really for Queens though, no hesitation, I've been fulfilling my dreams. Though I have my reservations, I should build some casinos. No hesitation, I've been fulfilling my dreams. Though I have my reservations, I should build some casinos. No hesitation, I've been fulfilling my dreams. Though I have my reservations, I should build some casinos. No hesitation, I've been fulfilling my dreams. Though I have my reservations, really for Queens though. No hesitation, I've been fulfilling my dreams. Though I have my reservations, I should build some casinos. But now I'm chilling with paper filling my jeans, spilling liquor at casinos, throwing dealers some C notes. No glass ceilings, my glass chilling. I'm flying first class in your seats, coach. East Coast to Heathrow, smelling like weed smoke. Beast mode, I went from emo to ego. Cheap clothes to bespoke, meatloaf to creek stone. Now I'm the keynote speaker, and where I'm headed, I won't need no sneakers. On the shores of sunny beaches where I seek my leisure. Off the grid, I don't need my visa. Kiss my keister, kick my feet up with my queen like Miss Latifah. Hit my reefer, then spit my ether. Think I hit my peak, you're probably bugging or you're not in your right mind. You think I'm falling off?
Living this lifetime, you could never hang with me. We're living this lifetime, doing it big, just wait and see. Living this lifetime, turning the rain in the dark days sunny. Living this lifetime, me and the boys gonna make this
Hey, yo. Right now, you're rocking with the best. Yo, it's Jay Sinai, and I'm tuned in to Soundcheck with the Beat Junkies, DJ RHETMATIC and D Styles. Peace.
Get with this, the good people with special guest Bobby J from Rockaway. Let's go, let's go. We are the funky all-stars. We're on the way. We are the funky all-stars. We're on
seen an M-ski, the record's gonna ring. Stepping in the ring is like boxing, Rocky shit.
People are
If it's
heat.
Bobby seen an M-ski, the record's gonna ring. Stepping in the ring is like boxing, Rocky shit.
People are
If it's
heat.
Bobby seen an M-ski, the record's gonna ring. Stepping in the ring is like boxing, Rocky shit.
People are
If it's
heat.
Bobby seen an M-ski, the record's gonna ring. Stepping in the ring is like boxing.
People are
It's
heat.
Bobby seen an M-ski, the record's gonna ring. Stepping in the ring is like boxing, Rocky, Shane, and Dempsey. Coming to the rock and you'll get stopped from gaining entry. For thinking shit is sweeter, that this population's friendly. Nah, quite the opposite. You hipster gentrifiers need to stay in your lane whenever you operate your 10 speed. And I got 20 years behind these bars like a 995. I locked up state for cop and wait in NC. The way I stay on these rappers' minds, might as well make myself comfortable in a cot and stay there rent free. Tip the doorman a lot, I gave a Benji. Pull my car up in the parking lot. The space is empty, might as well pull your Glock, cock it, aim it, then squeeze. But I promise no army can propagate against me. This is church like a building with the wood steeple. Just a villain from the hood, chilling with some good people.
We are the funky all-stars. We're on a mission to rock your heart. We don't need no music. We don't ever have to use it. It's coming straight from the heart. Yeah, good people are here.
Big Jack
Once again, you're checking out Soundcheck, RHETMATIC Styles, and you're listening to the sounds of the one and only Bobby J from Rockaway, our special guest for tonight. Salute to everyone that's watching us right now all over the world on Twitch, YouTube, USound. Salute.
Yeah, you better use your common sense. I'm pleading confidence, speaking in stream of consciousness. Yeah, you better use your common sense. I'm pleading confidence, speaking in stream of consciousness. Yeah, you better use your common sense. I'm pleading confidence, speaking in stream of consciousness. Yeah, you better use your common sense. Yeah, you better use your common sense. I'm pleading confidence, speaking in stream of consciousness. Keep your comments unless you intended on leaving compliments. You ain't even in my league, man, we've been opposites. He's synonymous with beating odds. I just hit the booth and breathe inside of it so I can see how hot it gets. And fanfare the lot of you can keep a lot of it. I wanna talk on beats that walk the streets and be anonymous. And if I'm being honest, you should probably fix your posture, partner, or I promise your next project will be posthumous. It feel like D&D, MPC 60, Prime Primo popping in a floppy disk whenever Bobby spits. It's obvious I'm steady evolving like I found the 2001 Space Odyssey obelisk. Behold the monolith. I'm hungry like a hippopotamus and sipping bottles like they're bottomless. I spit the hottest shit. I can feel the fire, your body, your soul. I'm out of control. If you don't feel the fire, don't stop. Keep it fly. If you don't, I can feel the fire, your body, your soul. I'm out of control. Keep it fly. If you don't feel the fire, don't stop.
Sound check.
Yo, 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 yo. That's a lot of yo's. You know why? Cause I said yo. DJ Premier. Beat Junkie Radio. These guys fuck with records. You guys fuck with caca. That's bullshit. Get the fuck off the fucking set, unless you got vinyl in your hands and some needles. Can't scratch without them. One love, y'all.
Yeah. This my fucking dissertation. The substance that I'm making hasn't been approved by the Food and Drug Administration. Long as you're making buttons in this mason, I promise beats are getting washed like the flood in Riz's basement. I shudder at these other imitations and greet them like Leatherface. The blood just hit his apron. Motherfucker, did he stutter with his statements? I make the beef sizzle like a Luger steak and butter with the bacon. This is raw, no rubber, penetration like Bubba in the bin. Wholesome lovers at the day's end. This is street, this is mud, this is gutter, this is pavement. Everybody loves it. This is Raymond, nah, this is Rain Man. He's way above his limitations. Look up as he hovers in his space. You better come up with this payment. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Don't blame it on this government inflation. I can't stomach the rubbish that they've been rubbing in our faces. We made it to the summit from the basement. It's always been the plan from the jump to expand. Understand we don't play around. Always been my own man from the jump. What you want, either get down or lay down. I've been real from the jump. All my life from the jump. I've been ill from the jump. I've been nice from the jump. It's always been the plan from the jump to expand. Understand we don't play around. Always been my own man from the jump. What you want, either get down or lay down. I've been real from the jump. All my life from the jump. I've been ill from the jump. I've been nice from the jump. 2683 Jimmy 57. Me and Neff and Bobby J, we moving like the new A-team. 18 plus 6 years. I've been rhyming special ops. I'm on assignment. I outwork them anytime. Fuck what you thought. My uncle sent them men to Merkham for. Played a minor chord. Paid as fuck. I work the pen now. It's all sport. Fucking algorithm. Let the rhythm hit 'em analog. I get plaques with Harry Fraud. Now address him as a god. Most versatile and most prolific. No limit like a folk spit and get 'em all. Ghost written. I cut him off. No, he is not my homie. His new music 7 levels below me. I'm in the gym like Kobe. Work with Premiere like Adobe. I'm now a monster like Toki. I spell it out and hear it clear like it's dopey. Used to deal with demons blocking my blessings. Now I'm a master of manifesting. I shine every testing. A master composer, a potion, God in a vessel. This is killer. Be killed from the jump. He could die for the culture. It's like that. It's always been the plan from the jump to expand. Understand we don't play around. Always been my own man from the jump. What you want, either get down or lay down. I've been real from the jump. All my life from the jump. I've been ill from the jump. I've been nice from the jump. It's always been the plan from the jump to expand. Understand we don't play around. Always been my own man from the jump. What you want, either get down or lay down. I've been real from the jump. All my life from the jump. I've been ill from the jump. I've been nice from the jump.
Once again, using SOUNDCHECK with RHETTMATIC and Styles. Our special guest tonight, the one and only Bobby J from ROCKAWAY. We're doing a tribute mix right now. If you like what you're hearing, put a fire emoji in the chat right now.
slip and fall into the trap, no Atlanta rap. This is Darwinism, you go extinct if you can't. Don't slip and fall into the trap, no Atlanta rap. This is Darwinism, you go extinct if you can't adapt. Don't slip and fall into the trap, no Atlanta rap. This is Darwinism, you go extinct if you can't adapt. Don't slip and fall into the trap, no Atlanta rap. Don't slip and fall into the trap, no Atlanta rap. This is Darwinism, you go extinct if you can't adapt. We could go hand to hand or we can let the hammer clap. Choose your own ending like the Black Mirror Bandersnatch.
You out your veranda, catch you slipping like bananas in front of your girl Amanda from Guyana, and I used to jam her. Home court advantage, my NPC is my canvas. I flow liquid like I'm from Atlantis. Lights, camera.
The bandits vanish, I'm famished. You amateurs all get ate up like salmon. A can of spam and the ham and the sandwich. Brandish my weapon and manage to damage with verses and stanzas. My grammar sets the standards on canvas.
It's the man we all know, Bobby speed it up. I return the ball slow, dripping from the feet on up to the torso. Teleport, no auto, on my own wave. Get a snorkel, keep your jaw closed.
Also, you all flow awful. Forgo your chain for your leaking Bordeaux from the corn row. Gaping like a Colombian born foreign hoe on all fours doing anal in a porno.
Anal in a porno, you mentally gone, bro. That shit you on, yo. Please avoid from here on smoke, here on flow, here on coke, like we're on opioids. These Queens boys destroyed. Clear.
It's the return of the
diabolical duo.
Kudos to my haters, I'm waving at you from Pluto.
It's the return of the undisputed numero uno.
I'm not a Puerto Rican, but I'm speaking so that you know. Return of
Trump
the
music from the Jeeps to the Tudos.
You don't want no smoke, you pseudo rappers is cool.
It's the return of the boom
Back,
black
hoodie,
shit.
back with the back
And forth, back.
Yo, Kwam, come to think of it, my pen game is insane.
Bob, I hover over rappers, never in lanes. I've been
Shit
flames.
same, Mac and 10 dames, this pimp game been
Going for the
ingrained.
wins, all in vain. Dispense pain, you've been
I
man.
was sick with the simile since you were sipping
I
Similac.
flip a track, spit a rap, consider crack. Yeah, shit is
You'll get
whack.
fried to a fricassee if we were spitting tip
Don't play no
attack.
games, this ain't pity pat. I pick a kitty cat.
Give me that, the mic is mine. It's like the clash of the titans, lightning striking while I write this rhyme. We got the city back, it's right on time. I'll make you dash like a hyphen if you biting.
Kid thought his life was fine till they dropped the dime. Checked his timeline, saw his wife was mine. Piped it from behind. I'm never inclined to dine on that swine. Time to weed up till like to come rewind.
It's the return of the
Diabolical duo.
Kudos to my haters, I'm waving at you from
It's the
Pluto.
return of the undisputed numero uno.
I'm not a Puerto Rican, but I'm speaking so that you know. Return of
Trump
the
music from the Jeeps to the Tudos.
You don't want no smoke, you pseudo rappers is
It's the
cool.
return of the boom
Back,
black
hoodie,
shit.
back with the back.
And forth, back on the bully shit. Shit.
Yeah. Once again, you're checking out Soundcheck. Red Magnum B Styles, a special guest tonight. Bobby J from ROCKAWAY.
Time to attack this shit, so I dedicate this to all the wax it out like I do.
shit, so I dedicate this to all the whack shit. Time to attack this shit, so I dedicate this to all the whack shit out like I defecate. I'll obliterate you. I won't even hesitate. Watch when you talk on the mic and hyperventilate. I know I resonate. Watch, try and replicate. So I just relegate you till I desecrate. You underestimate me, I will incinerate. Burn you on the mic with flows that I irrigate. I'm a main motherfucker, mic clutcher, concussion, whitey bulger, for the culture, so vulgar. Bro, you got it bad like Usher. I'll make you suffer. Unload the clips on your son and his mother. Joe snubbed her, froze under snow cover. So gutter, dope ducker, so butter. Better last me, my Louis V. Slugger.
Oh, and shout out to another kid, Bobby J from Rockaway. That kid.
Bobby stay faded like a lesbian's hairdo. I'll air you out until the cops arrest me, I dare you. Bobby stay faded like a lesbian's hairdo. I'll air you out until the cops arrest me, I dare you. Bobby stay faded like a lesbian's hairdo. I'll air you out until the cops arrest me, I dare you. Bobby stay faded like a lesbian's hairdo. Stay faded like a lesbian's hairdo. I'll air you out until the cops arrest me, I dare you. Appreciate the love, but it's better when pedestrians fear you. Fake thespians get left in the rear view. I'm not somebody you should step and get near, cause I'm the best and it's clear there's nothing left to compare to. Wait a second, I don't reckon I hear you. Show respect for I stump your fucking neck with a pair of boots. Or you'll be staring at the Ruger of a deadly shooter. I'm Freddy Krueger, leaving bodies and they look. I'm making plenty moolah, fetty cheese, heavy gouda. The Henny shooter, treat your wifey like a petty hooer. She gave me Becky and I never gave a penny to her. But anywho, my flow is dirty to her. It's like the levee blue, I'm ready telling every loser the beef with me, smoke or any
like grease from bone bristle. Tough like I'm chomping on bricks like stone tickles. Old fistal running on tracks like no sniffle. You ain't hard like fucking a bitch with no nipples. Full pistols leaving these hoes with so crippled. Hoes with her clothes in a range for 4 missiles. But dropping 2 dimes, ain't talking about 4 nickels. A prodigy wrecking his havoc with no sickles. Hush the dark sis, I spit arsenic. I'm a pit bull with flows, I just bark and spit. I come so hard when I bust an erection. I cut above pussies, they call me C-section. Serving other dudes in the game like Mac and Roll. The Me Too people won't let me slap a hoe. So fake your perpetrators, I break your vertebrae. You can fade away, cause I'm back like breakaways, motherfucker.
Quiet and good order.
Detroit to New York City, bitch.
In our city to the best of our ability.
Who wants some?
6 million ways to die. Choose one.
See, it's lonely at the top, but I ain't always been the topic of your discussion. People rarely know me for the gossip, but they know me for the hot shit. Spitting great balls of smoke like an 8-ball of coke. I'm always in the pocket. Throw me in the pot, then mix it with the soda. This is crap. Your OG probably sold me in the projects. Flipped it and made a profit. Gifted the way I drop it. Drifting away like Dobie Gray. The only way I stop is when I stop being pompous. Listen to your conscience, and me and my accomplice will stop you unconscious. Constant with conflicts, will stop with your nonsense. Act like your mom raised your ass with some common sense. I'm convinced I was born without a conscience. Ain't been calm since a baby sucking on my mom's tits. I'm John Wick with the holsters on the armpit. The bombs wristlet when I spit.
My check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
音の科学者
Oh man, you already know, man. It's Midas the Beast, man. And you in the mix with RHETTMATIC of the Beat Junkie.
Sound check.
Physical hard copy is Bobby. Play this shit on physical hard copy is Bobby. Play this shit on physical hard copy is Bobby. Play this shit on physical hard copy is Bobby. Play this shit on physical hard copy is Bobby. Play this shit on physical hard copy is Bobby. Play this shit on physical hard copy is Bobby. Play this shit on physical hard. Play this shit on physical hard copy is Bobby. The mortis jujitsu, hard body karate with bars hot as wasabi. You don't wanna spar with him. Your squad probably get bodied. I'm part Rocky and Ali. And I've always been a fighter like I'm Irish Mickey Ward. Shadow boxing in the booth, grab the mic and hit record. I'm kinda like Mike back when Cuss was living. You kinda like Mike cause you love them pigeons. Fuck your vision. Y'all are amateurs with no persistence. And all you bums like the stamina to go the distance. Your existence is futile, screaming but nobody listens. Leave them bloody dripping like I'm Sonny Liston. Buddy, listen, ref ring the bell now. Whether streets or the ring, you won't survive 12 rounds. I'ma kill him for a duck 'em. Because your mother made him, mother had him, and motherfucker. Got him leaning when the hook drop. 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 Come through, hard rock, Brooklyn, hard rock. We got him leaning when the hook drop. We got him leaning when the hook drop. Come through, hard rock, Brooklyn, hard rock. We got him leaning when the hook drop. We got him leaning when the hook drop.
Sound check.
Yo. That's a lot of yo's. You know why? Because I said yo. DJ Premier. Beat Junkie Radio. These guys fuck with records. You guys fuck with caca. That's bullshit. Get the fuck off the fucking set. Unless you got vinyl in your hands. And some needles. Can't scratch without them. One love, y'all.
I wanna see you. 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 Move it all around like what the speakers sound like. Move it all around like what the speakers sound like. Move it all around like what the speakers sound like. Move it all around like what the speakers sound like. Move it all around like what the speakers sound like. Never got the bass knocking like that. Kids, stop frontin', you ain't nothing like that. Ain't your music's not popping like that. Ain't your name's not dropping like that. You ain't in these conversations, superstar status. You ain't in these conversations. I'm in the VIP section with my foot up. Fitted pull low, black hoodie with the hood up. Saw a fine piece of brown sugar, so I stood up. It's put up and shut up. Fuck the coulda, woulda, shoulda. So I approach her like, what up? People by the subwoofer, so I barely understood her. She said something like, my name is so-and-so. I would ask yours, but I already know it though. I always see your videos on my timeline. How'd you like to take me out to dine and some fine wine? Slow down. Why you acting brand new? But I'm not gonna cap the back is fat as Shamu. So it's all Gucci like a Dapper Dan suit on the Brooklyn beat, girl, with some matching bamboo. So I wanna be the one to take you home before I get the honor. I'ma lead you to the floor because I wanna see you move it all around like what the speakers sound like. Neff got the bass knocking like that. Kids, stop frontin', you ain't got it like that. And your music's not popping like that. And your name's not dropping like that. You ain't in these conversations, superstar status. You ain't in these constellations. Now it's last call. Alcohol got my speech slurred, mumbling, stumbling on the asphalt. I think tequila was a bad call. I beeline for the bathroom, but someone's in the last stall. How much longer can my ass stall? Either I vomit in the trash on the wall or this trash fall. Sorry, my bad dog. You broke my glass jaws for my cash and my passport. Plus my jacket and my JanSport. Woke up an hour later and couldn't recall my last thought. Or who, what, when, why I was there for. I hit the dance floor and got in rare form. The DJ blared the air horn. I saw the man from before standing in the corner, but he's yellow like an Eric corn. So I walked up on him, scuffed his Air Jordan, and I sent the airborne. Then I made the crowd move it all around like what the speakers sound like. Neff got the bass knocking like that. Kids, stop frontin', you ain't got it like that. And your music's not popping like that. And your name's not dropping like that. You ain't in these conversations, superstar status. You ain't in these constellations.
Yeah. And we're back. Let me get my Beat Junkie brother D Styles in here. Yeah. Hold on. What's up, D?
What's going on, Red? Always killing it, bro.
Oh, man. Somebody's asking when we're going to get a D Styles mix, man.
Soon, maybe in a couple weeks, right? I think we're back in a couple weeks. All good. But no, seriously, Red. Always killing it. You make it look so easy. You know what I mean?
I think people want to see you scratch instead of me mixing, I guess. I don't know.
Nah.
But, man, yeah, I mean, shoot. Of course, you know, new format. We played a tribute mix to our special guests. So why don't we get into it? So everybody in the chat room, please put a fire emoji, put a Beat Junkie emoji, whatnot, for our special guest, Bobby J from ROCKAWay.
Hey.
There you go.
What up, man? What's going on, guys? What's up, D? What's up, Rhett?
Bobby J in the house.
Yeah, man. That was the greatest intro I've ever had, man. It was as many times as I've heard those songs over and over again, to hear them in the context of your mix, man, that was special. So thank you very much.
Oh, man, thank you. Well, you know, we like we would try to do for our guests, it's like, you know, like Drink Champs, we like to give them the flowers. Well, you know, so it's only right that we play all your joints that you did. So, I mean, first of all, thank you for taking the time. I know it's 3 hours ahead over there where you're at, and are you in Rockaway? Are you right now?
Yeah, I am. Actually. I couldn't be Bobby J from Rockaway if I wasn't in Rockaway.
True
Yeah,
that.
no,
True that.
I'm home right now. It's all good, man. You know, for you, I'm willing to stay up. I'm a night owl anyway, so it's not a big deal. You know.
No, that's what's up. So, I mean, we've been kind of playing some of your joints here and there on the show and stuff, and to tell you the truth, I actually found out about you I played one of the joints is with you and Kwame. I think I think for me personally, I don't know about you, D, but for me personally, that's how I kind of know about you. Is like, oh shit, he's doing a shit with Kwame, and it's been a while since you hear Kwame. Everybody that knows Kwame is now just mostly producing, but just to hear him rap and you guys going back and forth, that shit was really big.
That was so
dope. Kwame put me on. You know, I've known Kwame since I'm 13 years old.
Oh,
Kwame's actually the first actual real producer I ever worked with. So I'm 35. I've known Kwame for 20 something years, and you know, every project I put out, like I put out an album called Summer Classics back in 2019. He produced about 75% of that. And
Damn.
You know, every album that I put out, I try my best to get him on the mic again. You know what I mean? Because he likes to play behind the scenes. You know, he's a very successful producer, an incredible producer at that. But, you know, for me, I know what his rhyme capabilities are, and he doesn't carry himself like a quote unquote old school rapper. You know what I'm saying? He still has his pen game still sharp. He still has the capability to rap as good as anybody else. So I was super happy that that video kind of made the rounds that it did, because that's like, I don't know, I don't know if I'd say it went viral, but it's probably my most shared video that I put out. And I think part of the reason is because people were like, "This is dope. Oh shit, is that Kwame? Like Kwame's rapping it? I haven't seen Kwame rapping however long, you know." So and the fact that he was spitting the way he was on that song really, really put me onto a lot of his fans and put him onto the new generation that was following me. So I love that record. You know what I mean? And I'm super proud of it. And I'm glad that that's one of your favorites, because it's one of my favorites, you know?
So
Definitely, yep.
Yeah. So let's take it back. So I mean, tell us the history. I mean, Bobby J from Rockaway. I mean, what made you decide to have that name? What first got you into the music business and whatnot, and just the art of rhyming and stuff like that, just or hip hop in general?
Well, I started at like, I want to say 12 years old. I had a lot of musical influences around me. My mother is from Brooklyn. She listened to classic rock. My dad was from Detroit. He listened to all that stuff too, but also, brought Motown and funk and soul and new wave into my life. And then my brother Eric is 5 years older than me, and he was just like an MTV junkie. So I have very early memories of just him, watching grunge videos, Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, and then, all the hip hop videos that were on at the time. So I vividly remember Yo MTV Raps and, all the, Naughty by Nature and Dr. Dre and Snoop and all the stuff that was big enough to be on MTV at that time. And around the mid 90s, his focus shift completely to hip hop. So I would go in his room and it was like 90s hip hop 101. So I would go in and I'd steal all the albums and I'd listen to them top to front to back, learn them. And, I was listening to albums like, Illmatic and The Infamous and Reasonable Doubt and Legal Drug Money and, Capital Punishment and all that stuff. And I started putting the pieces together in my head. It's like I'm listening to a rapper like Pun and I'd be like, oh shit, there's a real technique to what he's doing. And this is what puts him at that top tier of an MC. So once I kind of learned the technique of it, that's what really piqued my interest. I got obsessed with the writing and connecting words. So I basically kind of challenged myself and was like, I want to see if I can do that. So I started writing around 12, maybe even earlier. And then I get to high school, and that's where I first started to meet like-minded people, because I didn't know anybody that was rapping or producing or DJing where I grew up. It was a very isolated thing for me. But I met a kid in high school, became my best friend. His name's Anthony. At the time, his rap name was Prophet. And though he was the same age as me, I kind of looked up to him because he was doing everything as a rapper at 14 that I wanted to be doing. Mainly working in like a professional recording environment, working with producers, making real records. And you got to understand, as I'm sure you do, 2000, 2001 is a world of difference from what today is, where a kid could buy a laptop, go on YouTube University, and learn how to make a song in his bedroom. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was an actual process at that time to making music. So coincidentally, the producer he was working with was Kwame. So I met Kwame through him, 14 years old, came in, could barely rap on beat, could barely write a song. My rhymes are good. All I wanted to do was battle. And, Kwame kind of, for whatever reason, and we joke about this to this day, because I'm like, I don't really understand what it is that you saw in me, but he was the first producer that ever, believed in what I was doing and kind of took me under his wing and showed me the ins and outs of, not just the importance of rapping good, but the importance of understanding song structure and understanding melody and being able to, bring your own voice, to the table. So my entire skill set as an artist, really, I owe to Kwame, because the first 5 to 6 years that we were working together was strictly artist development. I look back on it now, and it's like, we were just making records that were never going to come out, but I was just learning. And, you know, I really am grateful that I was able to have a mentor like that at such a young age, because I see so many young artists that just have no direction. You know what I'm saying? Like, they start rapping, 6 months later they think they're ready. You know what I mean? And I see a lot. I see that whole artist development process has kind of been thrown to the wayside. You know what I mean? So I was extremely lucky in that regard. And yeah, I mean, for a long time, Kwame was like the sole guy I was working with. And then he actually moved out to LA. And right after we put out our first album, we're in the process of putting out our first album, you know, I started to branch out and make kind of a name for myself and, you know, get myself known in the New York scene. And that's when I linked with guys like Static, guys like Neff, you know, DJ Wonder, you know, just really trying to branch out and stand on my own 2 feet. Because as a kid, I always used my association with him as kind of like a crutch. You know what I mean? Like, my association with him validates me. And, you know, it took me a while to kind of really go out on my own and figure it out for myself. And it's funny because at the end of the day, me and Quam's relationship goes way beyond music. You know what I mean? So we text every day. He's kind of like the executive producer on every project that I put out, because I know he's a guy I can trust. He's going to give me his real opinion. So whether or not he's actively producing something for me, he's always involved in the process and always giving a final stamp of approval. So yeah, man, I mean, you know, our relationship goes 20 years deep. I've been rapping since I'm 12. I'm 35. You know, this is something I've been doing a really long time. So
Would you say Bobby J from Rockaway is your first MC name, or did you have, because everybody had their
hell
first
no, hell no.
Hell
no.
You want to share that with us? And how did you transition to Bobby J from Rockaway?
Oh man, how much time do you have, dude? It's like I'm the king of terrible rap names. Yo, the funny thing is, like, Kwam will get at me if I don't say this. When I was in high school, so we would like battle in the lunchroom or whatever, and it's 2001. So who's the big white rapper at the time, right? Eminem. He's the 800-pound gorilla in the room. So when I was battling my freshman year, I remember it vividly. And this is what's funny is this is how I became friends with my boy Anthony. We actually battled before we became friends. We were in the lunchroom battling, and I said a line that got a reaction out of the crowd. I can't remember what the line was, but I guess I had won that battle. And a kid jumps on the lunch table, this kid named Wozni, who I'm actually boys with to this day. And he's like, "That's not Eminem, that's Skittles." And of course, everyone starts laughing, and I'm like, oh God. And I hated it, but you know, once you get branded with a name that you hate, people start calling you that. Right. So people were calling me that in high school. And it's funny because when Ant first introduced me to Kwame, he's like, "This is my boy Skittles." And I'm like, oh my God. And Kwame was like, "You have to change that now." And I was like, "Thank you. Thank you."
Wow.
You know, because I was like, you know, I was a kid. I was a little kid. I was like, I didn't know what to do. I was like, you know, I'm going into the studio with this guy who produced all these records. So initially, Kwame always just called me Bob. So he's like, "Yo, your rap name should just be Bob." And me being on some hip hop shit, I was like, I want to make it, and this is 100% true story, I want to make it B.O.B. because I never thought there would ever be a rapper named B.O.B. ever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the reason I did it, I wanted to be on some like KRS-One, like Knowledge Reigns Supreme over nearly everybody. You
So
know,
what was
King
B.O.B.? What does B.O.B. stand for?
So it was beyond ordinary belief. Because I don't know, man. I was like, you know, I don't really fit the mold of a rapper. Like, I don't think people look at me and they see a rapper, and when they hear me, they're gonna be, I don't know, man. I was young. So again, that was kind of my working name while we were making these records. And then what happens? A rapper named B.O.B. comes out. And not only does B.O.B. come out, he has like the biggest record in the country.
Right.
So what I ended up doing was like, all right, I'm gonna just take Beyond Belief, and I'm gonna be Beyond Belief. And the first records me and Kwame ever put out, there's a couple. There's actually an album that we put out under that moniker. And there's a couple records I have out there under the name Beyond Belief. Some of my fans that have been following me for a long time remember that period. But you know, we had an album that we put out around like 2008. That was pretty cool. You know, I was still kind of getting my bearings as an artist. I had a record that we did back in like 2010 that came out with Red Cafe, called Bigger Checks. That was like my first major feature that's under that name. And then, you know, there's a whole tumultuous roller coaster of a story that I'm not going to get into. But, you know, I kind of got disillusioned with being a rapper, and, you know, things weren't going the way I necessarily thought they were going to go. And I took a little bit of a hiatus. So there was probably a 4 to 5 year period where I wasn't necessarily, I didn't quit, you know, I was still making music, but I wasn't actively putting anything out. So around 2018 was when I kind of got out of that slump and really just kind of decided, you know, fuck it. Like, music makes me happy. This is something that I need in my life, and the politics of the industry and all that stuff that was kind of poisoning my brain, I kind of let go of all that stuff. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to really start taking this seriously and really go hard with it and do it the way I want to do it. And the funny thing is, you know, like, my name is Bobby. My last name is Joseph. Growing up, everyone called me Bobby J. I joined the Bobby J from Rockaway because my neighborhood is the backdrop to everything I do. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you talk about Queens as a borough, you know, everybody knows Hollis, everybody knows Jamaica Queens, everybody knows Flushing, Queensbridge. But when you talk about Rockaway, you know, whether Far Rockaway or Rockaway Beach, whatever you want to call it, you could name the rappers that came out of here on one hand. You know, as Father MC, MC Search, Chinks Drugs, Stack Bundles, rest in peace. And that's like, you know, that's like the most the average fan will know. If you have a little more of a deep knowledge, you'll know that, you know, Cormega has some footprints out here. You know, Shock G, his family's from out here. Big Pat, Kelly Price, you know what I'm saying? But really for me, it's like, I'm from this section of Queens that's isolated, and I really want to use my music and everything I put out to kind of shine a light on a spot that's in New York City that even New Yorkers don't really know about. You know what I'm saying? So it's trying to shed light on a place where I grew up. It's very unique. You know, it's got its own vibe, its own culture. You know, we're an East Coast city, but I have the beach. You know what I mean? There's almost like a West Coast vibe where I live. You know, where I'm sitting at right now, I'm a block away from the beach. In the summertime, people are surfing.
Damn.
You know, so it's a weird dichotomy, you know, and it's hard to articulate if you've never really been out here, but almost picture like Venice Beach mixed with a little bit of like South Boston, because there's like a heavy Irish community. You know, just a strange, it's almost like the land of opposites, man. You got all the symptoms of your typical Queens neighborhood, and then, you know, you turn around and you see the beach, and if it's the middle of the summertime, you wouldn't even know you're in New York City. So, you know, it's important for me to have Rockaway in my name because it kind of influences everything that I do, you know?
Right. It's interesting how you say, you know, I was going to ask you, like, obviously, you know, Rockaway, you just name a handful of MCs. I mean, you would hear about Rockaway in a couple of songs, but you won't know who's really, I mean, obviously the most prominent one is Search. So let's talk about that. How did you, I mean, obviously the first joint I play is with you and Search. How did you hook up with Search?
So just being relentless, man. Like, you know, my manager, Greg, I've known him since I'm a little kid, you know, and he's been working with me since I'm 16 years old. And as a manager, you know, he does things that I honestly don't even think, you know, I could pay somebody to do. Like, he's just such a believer and such a fan. Like, he's always trying to devise some scheme to get people to hear me. And, you know, for obvious reasons, I was always trying to get on Search's radar because, you know, he's from Far Rockaway. You know, I'm from Rockaway Beach. You know, he's always had an eye for talent in hip hop. And, you know, I always felt like it would be a validating thing for me to kind of get his stamp of approval and his attention. And I think, honestly, Greg was just hitting his email inbox constantly. Like, when I started putting music out again in like 2018, 2019, I think he was just sending him everything that I was doing. And I was so relentless with it that he finally was like, all right, I'm going to listen. And I think the thing that, I think the straw that broke the camel's back was a project that I did with Static Selector called Endless Summer. You know, I think once he saw Static's name on it, that's when he kind of started to pay attention. And I ended up over like the beginning of COVID, I did his podcast. He had a podcast called Search Says, and he had me on as a guest. And then, ironically, we had a mutual friend named Chrome, who's the guy who produced the song Round Here. And Chrome hit me and was like, yo, I have this joint with Search. It's kind of a rough idea. I want you to put a hook and a verse on it. And, you know, let's see if it works. And he sent it to me. Search had a different verse originally. And I put a hook and a verse on it. He sent it back to Search. Search loved it. And Search rewrote his rhyme to kind of match what I was saying. And this is history, man. You know, he was so excited about it. He wanted to do a video. And I mean, to this day, it's the biggest feature I've been a part of. You know, the video's at like almost 200,000 views. You know, I think a lot of people have found out about me through that, you know, and again, it kind of fits my MO because I like working with legacy artists. I like working with artists that came before me and inspired me, or not even directly inspired me, inspired the people that directly inspired me. So, you know, between guys like him and Kwame, like, I love that. I love being able to work with, and I hate using the term old school. I always say legacy or like elder statesman because, you know, I see the comments on Search's page. There's tons of third base fans, and they've been waiting for him to drop something new. And it's really an honor for me to be a part of a record that, you know, his first single in like 27 years. You know, he could have chose anybody to be on that, but he chose me. And it's even more dope because we got to shoot the video in my own backyard and include, you know, friends and family. So that's like a serious feather in my hat, a serious highlight in my career. And I'm just, you know, I'm proud, man. And salute to Search. You know, he could have, like I said, he could have had anybody on that, but he chose me. So
word.
Right.
So let's fast forward now. Like, you about this Friday, you're about to drop an album called Radio Days with Neff. How did that come about? Because I know Neff he's another cat that's starting to make his noise. You know, I mean, from what I understand, he was doing behind the scenes, doing engineering work for Static, and then next you know, I see he's producing too and stuff like that. And then now and then, you know, we put out a couple albums and stuff, and now you're doing a full album. How did that come about? Why did you name the album Radio Days?
So the title Radio Days is actually a play off the Woody Allen movie of the same name, which is actually shot in Rockaway Beach. And it's a title that I always kind of wanted to use, but it didn't really fit until we made this project. And the movie itself is about the golden age of radios, talking about like the 1930s, 1940s. And, you know, I started thinking about, you know, how when me and Neff were growing up, you know, radio was everything. You know, DJs on radio were still tastemakers. They still dictated what was hot and what worked. And, you know, the music I try to make, I'm always thinking about, you know, impressing a 13 or 14-year-old me. Like, that's my audience. You know, what would I be into as a kid? You know what I mean? And I think about those times, man. It's like, those days when you know you were waiting to hear the new song from your favorite artist on the radio and what that felt like. And I wanted to make an album that felt like that. You know what I'm saying? That kind of harkened back to the days of being a kid. You know, what made me fall in love with hip hop and put a new school twist on it, and hopefully make music that will affect a young kid in the same way that, like I said, guys like Jay and Nas and Big Pun and Eminem and, you know, Cannabis and Chino XL and all those guys had an influence on me. So,
yeah.
But to bring it back to Neff, you know, I met Neff in the first session I ever did with Static Selector. You know, he was his engineer, and we kind of became cool like right off the bat. And he told me that he was producing, sent me a couple beats, and he ended up producing a song on the first album I dropped called Summer Classics. And then from there, he was a part of every project I did. So I did a project with Static called Endless Summer, and he did 2 bonus joints on that. And then he dropped his own producer album, which is kind of like a compilation. And I had a song on that with my boy Michael Fire. And we started noticing a trend, man. Like every time we get together and make something special would happen. So like, for instance, the song he did on my first album was the first song that DJ Premier ever played of mine. And it wasn't a single that we put out. It wasn't something that we promoted. It was just something that somehow he heard the album and that's the song that he liked. And that trend kind of continued for like every song that we did. And then we did this record called Montauk on his album Tabula Rasa, and that ended up being the most streamed song out of all the songs combined on his album. So we were like, you know, after a certain point when people keep telling you the same thing, like, you guys sound good together, you have a really good chemistry, why don't you do an album? You know, we kind of just were like, all right, let's sit down and really make this happen. Right. So over the past year, we've been working on this album, and, you know, I want to say at this point, we've had it in the stash for probably 6 months, like completed, but we wanted to let it marinate and really sit on it and make sure that all the songs that we picked were the right songs. You know what I mean? We really took our time with it, and, you know, tried to make it a diverse album, you know, make sure it had stuff that you could dance to, stuff that the hip hop heads will enjoy, stuff that is telling stories, stuff that is real life, stuff that, you know, songs that have concepts. You know what I mean? We really tried to structure an album, you know what I'm saying? Because every artist that I've ever looked up to made albums like that. You know what I mean?
You know,
so
I would say you were the first person I have to say that that actually rhymed over Krungaben, because it's like, you know, we were Krungaben's probably much like Babu's favorite band and stuff. You know, he would play that shit like left and right, and man, the particular joint that you guys used, the actually the first joint that Krungaben ever put, that's like that is the joint. And so it's,
yeah, man,
it's like, I was always wondering who was always gonna, like, who's gonna ever flip that shit. And it's surprising that you rocked it, and you did a great job. You and Neff did a great job.
Thank you, man. Yeah, look, I got to give credit to Neff there. You know, he crafted the sound of the album. When I heard that, you know, and clearly they're inspired by old school b-boy shit. You know, that gives me that kind of Apache type of vibe. Yeah. When I listen to it, you know, like break dancers would start breaking when they hear it type of shit. Yeah. I wanted to make something that, like, I told him, I was like, listen, man, people are too mean out here. They're not, you know, I want to make something that's danceable, that's fun, but at the same time, I want to be able to inject the lyricism in there. I want to be able to tell a story. You know, I kind of wanted to Slick Rick it, you know, the way Mona Lisa or Children's Story comes on and you could dance to it, you could have a good time, but it's still got the story element and it's still got the lyrics. You know what I mean? Like it's that balance to me is what I want, you know, because oftentimes a lot of times people will sacrifice one thing for the other thing. It's like, oh, you can't make something that'll make people want to move and yet still, you know, have content or be somewhat lyrical on it. You know what I mean? Like a lot of times if something's geared for a certain environment, you got to dumb down all this other shit. So that was kind of the tightrope that I was trying to walk on that song. So I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
You got any questions, G?
Yeah. So I'm just curious, man. These days, are you writing and recording in the studio, or do you prefer to do everything at home?
I do both. I feel so. Normally, what I'll do is, so I have a studio at the house. I will, at the very least, demo everything in my crib. Get the ideas out.
Right.
Get the majority of the writing process out. Because I'm able to do it alone, and I'm able to say, if I want to say a line 100 times to get it right, I can. I'm not on somebody else's time. But 9 times out of 10, I'll either export that session to somebody like Neff, who's working in a bigger studio, and we'll mix it. We'll actually sit down and mix it together, or I'll go and re-record it. You know what I mean? Like, because sometimes you're just getting the ideas out, and it's basically just writing it, and then you're listening to it, and you're like, you know what, I want to say this line differently. I want to mess with the vocal inflections or the cadence on this or that, and then you learn it and you go and re-record it, and it sounds better. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes the way you say it the first time is right. You know what I mean? It all depends. But like I said, I have my own recording setup. I've been recording myself and pretty much engineering myself since I'm like 16 or 17 years old. So that's kind of how I know how to do it at this point.
Yeah.
But it depends on the situation. I would say I prefer working in a bedroom over working in like a plush studio or whatever. I don't think it really matters. I think I've had great ideas come, in very primitive recording environments, and been able to make them sound good. And, it's not the equipment. It's the idea. It's the person behind it, and the ideas, and how you actualize those ideas. You know what I'm saying? So.
Right. Going back to the joint with Kwame, I just want to say I love what you guys did on that. Going back 4 bars each, 2 bars, 1 bar, and just having fun with it. I feel like that's like a lost art with like MCs these days. You know what I mean? They tend to just do one verse by themselves, and then whoever's featuring or whatever. But you guys were going back to back, having fun, man, and I love that. That's like a very, very lost art. You know what I mean? With MCing.
No, I love that too, man. I'm a huge fan of Smith and Wesson, Run DMC, Beastie Boys. A lot of the early hip hop records were that. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of times people were doing half a bar. Someone's coming in underneath. Like you listen to those. You listen to License to Ill, man. Like they're, and I'm gonna turn into I'm gonna sound like a nerd, but you listen to the mixes. It's like, Ad Rock's over here, Mike D's over here, MCA's in the middle. Sounds like they're jumping on top of each other. You know what I mean? Like, I love shit like that. And what's special about that record is, we were in the studio together, man. Like the mic is on. I'm coming in. I'm saying, all right, I'm gonna say these 4 bars, and I'm recording it right there. And I'm standing there and I'm waiting for him to do his shit. And then I'm working off of his shit, and that's a different type of energy, man. Like people are emailing stuff back and forth, and it's different when you're in a studio with somebody and they make the beat on the spot, and you're coming up with the rhymes as they're making the beat, and there's just like a friendly competition going on there. Like we had a lot of fun doing that, man, and I've done it a couple times since. Me and Little Vic got a dope joint called Duck Sauce that's like that. But yeah, man, I've always been a fan of that style of rap. You know what I mean? Just kind of free thought, run on sentence. What I'm going off whatever the last guy said. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I love that shit, man. It's dope.
So speaking of which, speaking of Kwame, you being an independent artist, and yet Kwame is obviously came from that school where he was on a major label and stuff like that.
Right.
What have you learned? Being independent, what have you learned from Kwame in terms of like his perspective too, like being through the machine? I mean, does he even like being independent? And what have you learned in terms of like putting out your own music, being, compared to like, I'm sure Kwame told you so many stories what he had to go through.
Oh man. I mean, I think, he's given me so much advice, being a guy that saw the heights of success at a very young age, had the industry turn their back on him, and then was able to build himself back up and reinvent himself. So, like, I think the thing I learned the most from him, honestly, was just, and it's going to sound really simple, but it's really like the best advice anyone could get that's trying to do music or entertainment or whatever, is just don't give up, man, because you don't get fired from the music industry, you quit. And he could have very easily, like, after the whole Biggie situation and all that stuff, he could have very, very easily been like, all right, my time's up. It's over for me. It's a wrap. I'm going to gracefully bow out and kind of fade into obscurity. And he didn't do that. You know what I mean? He kept pushing forward and kept pushing forward. And that's kind of the way I treat my music. It's like, I don't really know where this is going to take me. I don't know where I'm going to end up. The only thing I have control over is my output. And I feel like if I'm relentless, regardless if people like it or not, I think people respect hard work. Yeah. And you don't have to like it, but you're going to respect it. People are going to respect my grind and my hustle and my unwillingness to give up. You know what I mean? And that's kind of been my ethos throughout this kind of whole journey. It's just, I'm going to be myself unapologetically. I'm going to make the music that I want to make, and I'm going to be consistent, and I'm just going to keep hitting them. And it's honestly, it's like, I see, even me being on this show, this is another rung in the ladder. You know what I'm saying? So I see, as I keep working and as I keep moving forward, I could look back to a year ago and say, I'm clearly in a better position now than I was a year ago. So where am I going to be in 5 years? You know what I mean? Right. And that's kind of just how I look at it. And I think people want to help people they see helping themselves. There's a quote that Chris Rock said that really resonated with me. I can't remember where he said it, but he was like on a talk show or something, and he was saying, if your car breaks down and you're pulled over on the side of the road and you're just waiting for somebody to pull over and help you, it's not going to happen. But if you get out and you start pushing your car, along the side of the road while it's broken down, people are going to see that and pull over and help you out. And I think that metaphor kind of resonated with me. You know what I mean? It's like, for a long time, I had the wrong way of looking at things. I thought shit was going to fall into my lap. I thought because I knew this person or that person, things were going to happen for me. And, it's kind of like tough love. You got to learn for yourself that, nobody's going to do for you what you can do for you. So that's it. I just try to work hard and stay consistent and put out as much quality work as I possibly can,
Man, that's what's up. So, ladies and gentlemen, Bobby J from Rockaway got a new album dropping out this Friday, Radio Days with Neff. Do we have any questions from the chat room? So please, this is your chance. If this is your first time knowing about Bobby J, we hope you learned something. The album is dropping this Friday, right? Bobby?
This Friday, yeah. Right. Technically Thursday at midnight. This Friday, yes, the 20th. Right. And we're doing a release party. If you're in New York City, we're doing a release party at the Sampler in Bushwick on Saturday night. That's on Star Street. I don't know the exact address, but the Sampler Bushwick, look it up, 9:00.
Is there any particular song on the album on Radio Days that is your favorite, that you had? There's a special connection that you like? I mean, I know you have a joint. It's dope. You have a joint with J57.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, and you, I mean, of course, the something like that. That's the first single and stuff. You, Mind, Body, and Soul. That's a pretty dope joint. It's what, nine songs, right? I would say nine.
Nine. Well, eight including the intro. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, they're all special in their own different way. I love Mind, Body, and Soul. I love the vibe of that song. It kind of reminds me, like, I'm a huge Q-Tip, Tribe Called Quest fan. you know, they're one of the groups that got me into hip hop. You know, that's the type of hip hop that I would hear, you know, when I'm on the beach in the summer. Like, that's the type of shit people would play. So I made that song, you know, to be kind of reminiscent of something like that. There's a song called The Hangover, which is the last song on the album, which is really a personal song, you know, just talking about, you know, struggling with, you know, alcoholism and the effects it has on you, and the, you know, how you kind of battle with yourself over the things you enjoy about drinking, with the things that you hate about it. And that's something where I feel like I really was very honest with myself, you know, and I think people that have kind of been in my position before, they'll listen to a song like that and relate to it. I got a song called Fade Away that is kind of a departure from stuff I've done in the past. You know, it's kind of got, really, it's got like an Everlast, Whitey Ford sings the blues type vibe. Like, I kind of wrote it, to be honest with you, with him in mind. I tried to get him on the joint. But, you know, songs like that, I think show my versatility as a songwriter. You know, it's like saying, you know, I could do this lyrical shit, but I also understand melody. I can write hooks. I can write bridges. You know, I want to show people that there's a range to what I could do, and I'm not going to just be put into, you know, a box. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I really feel like the album has a lot of different, it touches on a lot of different bases, man. There's, like I said, there's storytelling, there's humor, there's concepts, there's lyricism, there's, you know, songs where I'm just spitting and that's it. You know, we got great guests, and the production is top notch, man. Like, I really think Neff is, you know, I'm just proud of who he's become as a producer, because I've kind of been there since day one and seen his progression, and he's really grown into a producer of his own, like where he really stands on his own 2 feet. And I think collectively, this is both our best work. You know, I'm not just saying that because it's coming out. Like, I really feel that way about this project, you know. So, you know, I'm just hoping that people check it out. I hope they like it. I hope they've heard the singles. I hope they like the singles. But yeah, man, this Friday, Radio Days.
Word.
We got a question. Pablo TV. He's asking, how did Pablo? Yeah, shout out to Pablo TV. How did you link up with Hush?
Oh man, that's another story. Hush was, so when I was young, you know, and I was making music. Let's say I'm, you know, 14 years old, recording demos and stuff. I was a huge underground hip hop fan, and in the early 2000s, you know, the underground artists that were smart were putting their email address on their albums that you would buy. Like, you could literally, sometimes it'd be like an AOL email address, you know what I'm saying? And like, that's how primitive it was, you know. And there was a lot of people that were active, like, online. Like, I remember Copyright used to be active back in the days, and, you know, Hush was one of those guys. Like, a lot of the guys in the Detroit hip hop scene were actively engaging with their fan base online, from Hush to Paradigm and all those guys. And I used to send Hush stuff when I was a kid and be like, yo, check out this record I did. Check out this record I did. And he was kind of like a mentor to me at that point. Always giving me feedback, always giving me advice. And, you know, we just stayed in touch. And I remember when I first started working with Kwame and we put out our first video, we kind of come in and out of each other's lives like every couple of years. You know, I'd be like, yo, what's up, bro? Just drop this video. Let me know what you think, blah, blah, blah. And that kind of continued for a long time. And then we lost contact for a minute. And again, around 2018, 2019, when I started really getting active, putting out music again, he hit me on Instagram, and he hit me up. He's like, you know, I've been watching all the stuff you've been doing, been watching all the videos, just want to let you know I love what you're doing, blah, blah, blah. And that rapport continued. And then COVID hit, and he just started sending me beats. And one song turned into two songs turned into four. And
Yep.
after a while, you know, we were in the midst of making an album, you know, when we really didn't even set out to make an album. But the music that he was sending me was so good, we just kept going. And what was crazy was we started bringing all of our connections into the fold. So he brought in, you know, Marv One and Guilty Simpson. And then I brought in Daru Jones, who ironically is from Detroit, who I had just done a project with. And then I brought in Kwame, and then he brings in Rose Spit and Quest McCody, and I bring in Michael Fire and The Truth and Little D. And we started taking a step back, like, whoa, this album is starting to take on a life of its own.
Right.
It's almost becoming like a compilation of sorts. It's bigger than just me and you, because all these big names started stepping in. Like, we literally pulled every string we had, and we were like, this is really crazy, because it's kind of turning into a Detroit meets New York City album. You know, there's all these guest appearances from Detroit rappers and Detroit DJs and New York rappers and New York DJs. And that's where the title 718-2313 came about, because, you know, it was 718 meets 313. So yeah, you know, all that started over COVID. We worked on that album for probably a year and a half. I would fly out to Detroit and work out of a studio called Silent Riot with Hush. He'd come to New York. He'd work in my crib. And it was a long, arduous process, man, like getting all those moving parts and all those pieces together. But I mean, the final product was amazing. You know what I'm saying? And,
I mean,
and Hush is.
Yeah, the joint. Oh yeah, I like that. That's the one that I really like from you and Hush. Speaking of Hush, I believe Hush 313 is in the chat room. He says what's up and stuff. So
Hush, what up? I can't see the chat, but yeah, man, Hush is like my, you know, listen, and he's got a history himself as an artist, you know, just crazy stories, you know. That album, really, honestly, I really can't take much of the credit. I could probably take like 25% of the credit. You know, that album wouldn't be what it was without Hush and his connections and just being who he is in the Detroit scene, because so many people came through and showed up because of him, you know, the relationships that he has. So, you know, that album is a major accomplishment for him. You know what I mean?
Word.
Dope.
Any more questions? Do we have any more questions, D?
No, that was it right there. Actually, one more. Someone was asking. Hold on, let me see. Oh man, no, it's not. It's gone.
I think I see it. Mama Slim, I think, says, I missed the beginning of your interview. I'm following you on Spotify and wondering if your new album is going to come out under your profile or as a collaboration album like the Hardcore last year. Hope that question makes sense.
No, it's going to come out. It'll be on my profile and it'll be on Neff's profile. We're both main artists. So if you follow me on Spotify, you'll see it on the day it drops for sure.
Oh, shouts to Jube208. This is a good question he asked. And this is kind of ironic. So tell us about your collaboration with Breakbeat Lou. Because, which is interesting because you did a joint with Breakbeat Lou, and I actually happened to do the scratches with it. So talk about it.
Well, that's funny because when you said before that you became aware of me from the song with Kwame, I was under the impression that you didn't know who I was until you did the cuts on the Breakbeat Lou joint. To be honest with you, I don't know. I think Lou is still. First of all, the joint is crazy, but I think Lou is still working on his album. I know he's put out a couple singles, like a couple Lucy's. I know he had a song with like A+ from Hieroglyphics, and maybe one more, but I don't really know, to be honest with you. Hopefully it comes out soon. Like I've been sitting on that joint for a while, and I want people to hear it. But yeah, from what I understand, Lou is working on a full-length project, you know, a producer album. And, you know, behind the scenes, I know how that goes. So he's probably trying to coordinate a million moving pieces. So it might just still be a work in progress. You know what I mean? Because it's hard enough to deal with one rapper when you're trying to get 20 rappers on the same page and get verses from people. You know, a lot of times we take our sweet time. So I really don't know, but shout out to Breakbeat Lou. Lou is a legend. You know, I'm honored to even know that guy, the fact that he even knows who I am, and the fact that I'm even a part of something that he produced. Again, like bucket list shit. You know, that's like what I was saying before. You know, being able to work with hip hop legends is pretty much why I do this. So, you know, I can't wait till it comes out. You know, you got to follow Lou to see, you know, when he's going to drop that. But it's crazy, I promise you. And Rhett killed the scratches on it.
Checks in the mail. So again, man, thank you for taking the time to be on the show. I mean, is there anything that we should know about besides the album? Is there any new projects besides the album drop with Neff that you're dropping? Anything we should be, you know, on the lookout
Well,
for?
I'm always working. You know, Radio Days drops this Friday. To people that are, you know, just finding out about me, I'm sure there's most of the people in the chat that probably never heard of me. I have a couple projects out. My first album's called Summer Classics. That came out in 2019. I got a joint project with Static Selecta called Endless Summer. That dropped in 2020. I have a collaboration project with drummer Daru Jones, who you might know from working with Jack White and Pete Rock and the Soul Brothers, and 13 with Pharoah Monch and Marcus Machado. We have an album called One Mic and One Drum that's out on Fat Beats. Vinyl's out. And again, the collaboration album with Hush called 718-2313 that dropped back in June. And yeah, expect new music, man. Like I'm working right now heavily with an artist / producer by the name of Little Vic. Some of you guys might know him. He's a monster on the mic and a monster on the beats. So we're like probably halfway, you know, finished with the project ourselves. So hopefully that'll come out sometime later this year. And again, you know, me and Hush, you know, he's sending me beats like for 718-2313 part 2. So again, I'm just trying to stay busy, man. I don't like to have too many lulls in between projects. I like to put something out and then focus on what's next. So you're going to be hearing a lot of new music, whether it's a project or collaborations, you know. I got a lot of those in the stash as well too. So
man, Bobby, thank you for taking the time to be on our show.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you guys, man. It was a pleasure.
Man, so tell everyone your social medias, websites, Bandcamp, and everything where they can purchase, you know, support you, whatever, whatnot.
Yeah. So you can follow me on Instagram at Bobby J from Rockaway, Twitter at Bobby J Rockaway, BobbyJ from Rockaway.com, YouTube.com/Bobby J. We have a site separate for 718-2313, 718-2313.com. Bandcamp.com/Bobby J from Rockaway. You search for me on any, you know, streaming platform, you'll find me. So yeah, and again, you know, best way to support is Bandcamp or iTunes, man. If you like it, stream it. If you love it, buy it. I appreciate it.
Word.
There it is.
There it is. Bobby J, so continued success. We wish you the best. Welcome anytime. Send us more joints, you know, that we can play on the show and stuff like that. And yeah, man, just you're welcome to hang out sometimes also as well. So everyone, please do us a favor. Put a fire emoji or put a beat junkie emoji in the chat and give it up for our guest, Bobby J from Rockaway. Make sure you pick up the album. Radio Days dropping this Friday with
this
Neff.
Friday.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And again, once again, if you're in New York and you want to come hang out, you know, you want to come to the listening / release party, we're at the Sampler in Bushwick, Brooklyn this Saturday, 9 p.m. We got Rock One on the 1s and 2s, and Neff's going to be on the 1s and 2s too. I might grab the microphone and do some songs as well. So yeah, you know, anybody that's a fan or likes the music, wants to come hang out, see me face to face or tell me my music sucks, I'm cool with that too. Come through this Saturday, the Sampler, Bushwick. Yo, guys, listen, I really appreciate it. It was really an honor. Rhett, you're a legend. You know, D, you're a legend. Really, this meant a lot. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Much respect, bro.
Yes, much respect, Bobby.
Likewise.
Thank you, Bobby. We'll catch up with you soon.
Talk soon, bro. Peace.
Peace. Thank you.
Wow, that was dope.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. It's just crazy. Like, you know, the whole thing with like Kwame. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man, he's got the great opportunity to work with these legends, man. That's just crazy. Like, you know, to be mentored by like Kwame. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I'm saying. I mean, and then you know he's putting out some heat. So you can't deny
definitely.
that.
Yep.
Speaking of heat, man, since it's our new format, we got to play some new joints, man.
Yeah, jump right into it, bro.
All right, so while I'm gonna kick out with some videos and shit. D will be in the chat room. Oh, I see shorts in the chat room, man.
Shortcuts in the house.
Shortcuts in the house. Shortcut is in the house. Short. Cut. So yeah, let's start off with this. Let's start with the video. I mean, man, I gotta get my little list here because I don't remember everything off of hand. But I'm gonna start it off with a new joint from Benny Slums and Tone Spliff. It's called From the Slums.
All right.
Soundcheck. All right, let's do like this. Here we go.
From the slums, from the slums, where's worse?
Yeah. It ain't hard to tell where I come from, it's hard to scale. With wolf tickets, most of you battling will be hard to sell. Ice grills get melt quick when he get involved. Perpetrate be just another case for police to solve. Cheech and Chung and Tone Split beat. Smoke this shit and scram the slums where fiends bust pipes and smoke they shit in cans. Where niggas sell crack to their parents to sell their kids for grams. Everybody hustling butter for bread and getting jammed. It's your life or life here. You choose the L. Either you choose to do the drug or you choose to sell. Most people usually do both. Most just choose the L. Who gon' hold water important? Watch how you choose your pals. I'm so for real, trying to make candy rain. Fish scale hurt your face, still do it. Can't withstand the pain. I'm from the slums where it's worse. It's just life to me. You see a slum, a burnt out husk. It's nice to me.
From the slums where it's worse. I live out there, so don't go there. Forced to sell hell, it's just a shade of rent. But still I'm maintaining a hostile environment. From the slums where it's worse. I live out there, so don't go there. Forced to sell hell, just a shade of rent. But still I'm maintaining a hostile environment.
Listen, shit deeper than the Mariana. Attitudes stink like the Rika Chief Leak and cheap marijuana. My homeboy before he snitched, he was a man of honor. You don't know snakes until you fight for life with Anaconda. Hand to God, a homie, hand to God to change your heart. Faint a harder rider, I can't figure out what made him park. What come to light wasn't made for dark. He want a butler, he a maid. You won't believe the dirt he gave the knocks. I play the parks when it's dark and the moon out. Dodging still indictments and bad aimers in the shootouts. Trying to find a new route, but that girl keep the boobs out. And all the fiends come to see me for what they loot out. School out, I graduated honors with some hard knocks. Played yards and some hard pops, and walked around some hard blocks. Cloud 9, I had my high blown. Seen a guard shot, looking for prey. He thought church was in the wrong spot.
From the slums where it's worse. I live out there, so don't go there. Forced to sell hell, just to pay the rent. But still I'm maintaining a hostile environment. From the slums where it's worse. I live out there, so don't go there. Forced to sell hell, just to pay the rent. But still I'm maintaining a hostile environment.
Beat Junkie sound.
Sound check.
Sounds good. Me wildin', I can redefine my mind. Cold, empty streets, I hear the bottle chimes. New life ahead, I let the green light shine. Yeah, I let the green light shine. New life ahead, I let the green light shine. Yeah, I let the green light shine. New life ahead, I let the green light shine.
Green light got the routine right. Street rose from the concrete, winning with a clean fight. Inhale from the peace pipe. Bomb flipped the script with a rewrite. Remember when I told time from the street lights? I'll stretch over the beats tight. We stayed going up, show you the extreme mean heights. The whole put in the sleep tight. Dive into a deep night. Can't go wrong when you keep right. Influence the undecisive to decide. Mine's a Mexican ice cream, deep fried. Drop out on the steep slide. Set from the west, rise from the east side. On stage when you cross the lease line. Pay the cost to be the boss. Profit from a loss, often harder with the sauce. Sergeant, slaughter points across. Don't exhaust the thoughts. Call shots till you're off the charge. Start God, I'm falling apart. Raw heart, water, mark.
Let's go! Let's go! Hey, oh, let's go! Let's take a seat and recollect this time. Me wildin', I can redefine my mind. Cold, empty street, I hear the bottle chime. New life ahead, I let the green light shine. Yeah, I let the green light shine. New life ahead, I let the green light shine. I let the green light shine. New life ahead, I let the green light shine. High fly stepper, he's a fine bright pepper. Align with the heights and the blind light catcher. I don't own a thing, I don't want a thing either. Sometimes I was happy, hella broke with the Budweiser. Curb surfer, the street lurcher, art butcher, the no looker, mic cooker, beat hooker, the inserter, MC herder, ink murder, the bookstore clerk in the back, the think pusher. I'ma switch the pitch up. The needle in the groove makes a picture. Throw my hands high in the sky, the Big Dipper. Let my feet slide on the floor and meet with the cold as a tree in midwinter, but bold as a sea in deep center. I react like a slingshot when the scene's hot. I learn to respond, carry on, open heart. Push start the white Charger in the parking lot. Take a drive in the dark and let the city talk. Let's take a seat and recollect this time. Me wildin', I can redefine my mind. Cold, empty streets, I hear the bottles chime. New life ahead, I let the green light shine. Yeah, I let the green light shine. New life ahead, I let the green light shine. I let the green light shine. New life ahead, I let the green light shine.
Check, check, check. 1, 2. We can get back in the mix. Once again, thank you to our special guest, Bobby J from ROCKAWAY. Start out with this joint right here. It's called Declaration. By my man DJ Mike C. And Grand D. Yes.
Beat Junkie Sound.
Soundcheck.
world is money and the power. Building from the ground up, putting in the hours. All I want in this world is money and the power. Building from the ground up, putting in the hours. All I want in this world is money and the power. Building from the ground up, putting in the hours. All I want in this world is money and the power. Building from the ground up, putting in the hours. All I want in this world is money and the power. Building from the ground up, putting in the hours. Lock the fuck in, I'm supercharged and feeling powered up. Over 9,000, better check your scouters. If it's wreck, you're trying to pile up. Better not get me riled up before they end up wondering how you wound up. I just want my bags full of cash and some flour, but not that rich now. Nah, I need that screaming shelter. You ever had a dream that the world was yours? And did you wake up feeling you deserve it more? Once you get the fortune, it may come with fame. Will it stay the same or undergo a change? I done worked through midnights just to build this empire. Been tired, I regret it if I didn't give try. Been fine, if you think otherwise, you been lied. I ain't never ever fuck with fake fucks like hentai. Nah, you can't ignore me. Mama said, get them like we Voorhees. Show them all the lows, ocean floor deep. Surely out of hustle, and I keep my pockets portly. Not for pity parties, I ain't never with that poor me.
Yes, exclusive. New Substance 810 and D Styles. It's called Shoebox Knot. Shoebox Knots featuring J Royale. Dropping this Friday. Another beat junkie sure shot. Once again.
Stupid if you want to, show you the art of war like I'm Sun Tzu. My bitch got long hair like Rapunzel on the humble. We move quiet, bring the guns through, but when they bust it's nothing subtle. I'm trying to maintain. Hey yo Jay, pass me the ooh-wah for heaven's sake. Fuck a bank, I need a shoebox. Keep it all accessible, control the decimals. Turn it up a couple decibels, this shit is special. They'll look back in due time and see we pioneers, rhyme messiahs, some of the nicest that the giants fear. Uncover diamonds like I'm mining. Every rhyme got a hidden deadly line, that's like the fine print. We got the game fixed, you get no wins here. Fuck how you feel, I'm more timey than sincere. It's been real for about as long as I remember. The solidarity, we stand together. What else? You ain't gotta think about it. We in the hood like them sneaker boxes. They all official if they seen around us. We get the chips like a scene in rounders. You ain't gotta think about it. We in the hood like them sneaker boxes. They all official if they seen around us. We get the chips like a scene in rounders.
Royale is sole proprietor. Ferocious, ferocious, there's no denying this. Niggas is focused. Went from loafers to chauffeurs, driving this hold your position. I'm Tom Hanks in the road to perdition. Kyoka go rope off the throat of a Christian. It's me, a law bazaar, sets a million cigars. Hate so real that we can feel it from far. Could tell I'm really involved. My Achilles heel is these bars. I'm really him, but niggas just don't understand the idioms. Fly timepiece, orchestrate the flip over Chinese, some concrete. Still repping the streets that design me, beginning the outro. When it's flipping that Gwyneth Paltrow, sipping his Elko. But you niggas in it for clout though. Rest assured, there's diamonds in every necklace war. Respect the lecture, is pressure in every metaphor. Without a question, these niggas respect the repertoire. Keep a small circle, cause less is more. Or you
You ain't gotta think about it. We in the hood like them sneaker boxes. They all official if they seen around us. We get the chips like a scene around us. You ain't gotta think about it. We in the hood like them sneaker boxes. They all official if they seen around us. We get the chips like a scene around us.
Junkie
Yo, Redman in the building, you already know Jersey's fucking finest, and you're listening to Beat Junkies Radio. You motherfucker, you.
It's for my baby boy, Kason. Shit. Daddy speaking to you. Me and my son like C&B, we all we got. Spray a whole block for him decorated and me and my son like C&B, we all we got. Spray a whole block for him decorated and you. Me and my son like C&B, we all we got. Spray a whole block for him decorated. Me and my son like C&B, we all we got. Me and my son like C&B, we all we got. Spray a whole block for him decorated and chalk.
Gotta teach him how to swim in the water with swimming sharks. Show him he's an Ortiz, was born with a lion heart. Gotta stand on your 10 toes while I murder with pencils. When you older, never love a hole that's been ran through. Keep this fire burning like a never-ending candle. All you have in this world is your cojones, so let it dangle. Was born with no hair in your tongue. Gotta speak, never follow anybody. You go and take the lead. Look a person in the eyes and you can see that they weak. Gonna have ups and downs when you make it steep. Case to know your father is a savage. When he be rapping, you the reason everything I do about to be massive. You like a new console that's out with better graphics for my baby boy. Best believe I want all the status. The love I got for you, my seed can never stop. I mean this shit for life, even when my body drop. While I'm living and I'm breathing, I'ma take it to the top. My word is my bond and it's solid as a rock. The love I got for you, my seed can never stop. I mean this shit for life, even when my body drop. While I'm living and I'm breathing, I'ma take it to the top. My word is my bond and it's solid as a rock. I'ma give you the world, I promise you, my baby boy. Daddy was flexing already. It's like I'm using Roy's. Hate the years you was born, but out of it you brought me joy. I see your face, now it's time for me to make noise. Make everybody listen, everybody grab your headphones. Really just so lethal as soon as I let the leg go. It's time for y'all to wake up, so go and grab espresso. So for me to see my son, I'm holding so much special. This Lion King love, everything you touch is yours. Never settle for less, my son, gotta go for more. Never walk head down, when you walk you stand tall. Remember we ain't slaves, know your father is a boss. We got our own empire and it all belong to us. You already set for life and never ever have to fuss. When you reach a grown age, go ahead and live it up. Gonna make your own man proud, I'm watching in the cut. Cheer, full Ortiz, it's for my baby boy. Cheer, full Ortiz, it's for my baby boy. Cheer, full Ortiz, it's for my baby boy. Cheer, full Ortiz, it's for my baby boy.
Hey, yo. Right now, you're rocking with the best. Yo, it's Jay Sinai, and I'm tuned in to SOUNDCHECK with the Beat Junkies, DJ RHETMATIC and D Styles. Peace.
Prince novelistic, above all ruling, gun dueling. Now you a victim of a Prince novelistic, above all ruling, gun dueling. Now you a victim of a Prince novelistic, above all ruling, gun dueling. Now you a victim of a Prince novelistic, above all ruling, gun dueling. Now you Prince novelistic, above all ruling, gun dueling. Now you a victim of a shooting. I split your wig like the Red Sea. I rock Air Max for making sure the cops don't catch me. Them low is rock solid and well polished. Growl it, golden era style, nostalgic. Send something high flying, rip it through your cartilage. This shit is hard as shit, you don't want no problem, kid. Fully loaded with my new bowl cartridges, tall as shit. Put you in the ground just for talking shit. Him low as a rhyme breaker, a womb raider. Consume data, I'm too flavor, abuse haters. Shorties come through, they love to bring gifts for me. Not only that, but they love they put their lips on me. Hey yo, murder wanna be the outcome. And if they try it, I'ma clap the shit out them. Hey yo, the fly chicks be amazed with them. Rockin' a goatee with the graves in it. Cooling on a vape pen with the haze in it. See me rockin' low sport with the waves spinning. Hey yo, my fly style over main vintage. Cool nigga till the force to get the case spittin'. Get out the way and get sprayed with it. I keep a fresh pair of kicks with the wind.
Sound check.
Let that go, man.
Junkie sound.
Lyrically, I want respect like Mr. Zev Love X. Blasphemous text, next pawn sex for the checks. Malcontent, smoke signal, just a sign of distress. Here's a door knocker from Osaka to Opalaka. Pressure cooker flow, heat low. Push pin peasants, get presence into the essence. Thought respected once connected by the 6666666 discussion. Wordplay be destruction over percussion. I move and touch and bless him with vocals like David Ruffin. So dramatic, I was woven from classic fabric. Scale a mountain, count it, then put it back. 10th day, got it and plotted to move it 10 ways. Needed pin play, so I called the sensei from NJ. The rough diamond who like and rhyme in the coal mine and stick and move. Rain through the groove with my soul shining. What?
You shine.
Conflict, rhyme, sick and climb, spit divine mind, Tristram bomb, barrels, bomb spirit. No way to interfere, smear it. Gate clearance, great appearance. It's inherited, he's and features, imperative teacher. Credible speaker, special reader, technical creature. From the land of bricks, planted on the glitch. Too many handle on the grip, your man is in the ditch. Different times made for different shit. Trying to get the fix. Rock whisk, drop whip, trader stock tips. We the option in the pocket like bills. Credit card mills, broad appeal. You're broad on the deals. Got a law skills, heard across the hills. Recording round wrist, roping reporter in the field. Since they for duty, monster movie impact. Soul in that track, boom slap, yo, NASA, bring the tune back.
I shine, you shine. I shine, you shine.
Hey, yo. Right now, you're rocking with the best. Yo, it's Jay Sinai, and I'm tuned in to SOUNDCHECK with the Beat Junkies, DJ RHETTMATIC and D Styles. Peace.
You should know this joint off the periodic table of excellence. D Styles, Jay Sinai. The joint's called Some of All Fears. Once again,
Beat Junkie Sound.
that's the label, that's the crew. Another Beat Junkie short shot.
See, I'm pressing time, down by law, style war. I've been here, you
can get lost, boss, and disappear. Yo, all be clear, clean out your fucking ears. No need to ask, see I'm the sum of all fears. Give me a scratch, yo.
I ain't playing with you clowns. Let it be known, I don't play. I ain't playing with you clowns. Let it be known, I don't play. I ain't playing with you clowns. Let it be known, I don't play. I ain't playing with you clowns.
Yeah, like that. Beat junkies in the fucking house.
Sound check.
Hey, yo. Hey yo, just on Foshaw looking like Billy Hoyd. Alice made a marble in the kitchen, we was bagging board. Destroy, rebuild, we ill. Still keep a toy on paper. Told my P.O. chill, we build. Both coasts got a condo. Fiend water, oil and fish. He got a combo. My nigga got hit with 20, he did his time, no. Nigga, don't get out of line, I got my 9 on. Looking like Mike on the Dream Team. Shit, vicious flipping on me, Gene. In my cell phone, man, ring, ring. He 2 cells over, catch you when he popped the locks, crock, soaking. Green sky blood on the scene, he violated. Came back to do another 15, I mean.
Yo,
Came back to do another 15.
The vest on with the crest on, who put the best on? Londell Lorenovich, son, don't get your chest on. Me and P. Shines in the whip, fully equipped. 16 shots in the clip, playing the strip. 6 pounds of gold, that's divided by 2. Gold brightling on my wrist, y'all niggas riding like who? More bread than I can count, more kicks than I can wear. More haters than ever, but fuck it, why would I care? We used to go to Sin City, get the casket out. It's not a funeral, my niggas took the faster route. Swerving like we swimming, silk and crushed linen. Now drinking refined, the fact that I'm a world traveling gold medalist. Your team holds weight, that's great, but we the heaviest. Live lawless, exemplify gorgeous. My whole team holding torches. BQE connection, we spitting dime raps. 35 strippers, name Bella in my contacts. Treat me like an OG, but I'm younger than you think. Might have seen me with some money getting ding 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 ding. The gold came from Ghana, the musk came from Egypt. The coke from the Cubans got me floating like a sea ship. Palm heats, dipping like palm freaks on back strips. Ski man silhouette shirts with loaded Mac clips. One squeeze right to your frame, you doing backflips. Moving plates like they tectonic. The best chronic, put a stack on your head like it's a bonnet. Turn the room into a blackout lord, cause I'm a comic dipped in sauce like they served me at Brennan and Carr. Fuck that bullshit whip, you never been in a car. Obscure emblem in the middle of my sweatshirt. During the drought work. White tees, black guns, it's the summertime. Good crack, come back like the number 9. Like the number 9. Good crack, come back like the number 9. Lorette.
Yeah. Yep. Got another exclusive.
Beat Junkie Sound.
Yes, exclusive. New RHETTMATIC. An instrumental from the RHETTMATIC album, Role Reversal. Joint is called Excalibur. We're dropping this on Friday. The single, just an instrumental beat off the album Role Reversal. J-Raw, RHETTMATIC.
Sound check.
What up, y'all? You know who it is, your boy Jada Kiss. Turn your radios up. We putting it down right now on Beat Junkie Radio.
Too many years in the game, I hold position. Murking on these lames out here like pole position. I hold every years in the game, I hold position. Murking on these lames out here like pole position. Too many years in the game, I hold position. Murking on these lames out here like pole position. Too many years in the game, I hold position. Too many years in the game, I hold position. Murking on these lames out here like pole position. My whole deposition is grandiose ambition, coupled with the vengeance that seem post-attrition. Motionless and armed like a motion sensor. I give 2 fucks, I got emotion sensor. Got a brown skinned ma like Octavia Spencer. Fresh from an ATM dispenser. I self-lord and master the art like Van Gogh. It's blasphemous how they sleep on your man Joe. The damn flow's addictive like THC. The left will put you to sleep like GHB. No EAD is needed, I put niggas to work. Invest in annuities, turn figures to perks. I seen it all before, from gold diggers to jerks. In the face of some bullshit, show vigor and smirk. Grinding on mine, I wanna poke something. Got an ounce of blueberry, let's choke something. Turn it up loud and smoke something. What? Turn it up loud and smoke something. Feeling the high, I wanna stroke something. Slide off to the ridge so we can soak something. First, turn it up loud and smoke something. Turn it up loud and smoke something.
Yeah. You know I gotta play this. Another joint from the RHETTMATIC album, Role Reversal, dropping February 3rd. That's J. Rawls and myself. This joint's called The Sun, featuring Blue and my brother Razcast. And once again, you're checking out
SOUNDCHEck.
And the crew is
Beat Junkie Sound.
Yeah. If you're liking this joint, put a fire emoji. Once again, it's called The Sun by J. Rawls and myself, featuring Blue and Razcast.
BLU, rep, BLU, BLU, RHETTMATIC and J. Rawls. Know what it is. Universally sound, trying to stay grounded like the peeps. I'm down with the Bridgetown click, the 4/5 pound sit down pricks. When the system of the down gets loud, shit out bricks. Trying to mimic how we spit out gifts. Get out spit, get your mouth hit. After the bout, we bout it. Why you not bout shit? About to get your blouse lifted. Your bow shifted. How foul is this? The crowd witness. We flipping fouls like a style gymnast without missing. Each shot is a hit, and each hit is a shot from the clip that I cock. Squeeze, release, pop. 3 at least drop from one shot. Aiming at the top of the clock. Let me catch someone with time on their side. Thinking I ain't gon' ride. Mighty cone, adios means goodbye. Somebody told me that the good die young. I found a fountain of youth. Then I bought me a gun, cause I am the sun.
We rain on year round. Now to the truth. And the truth is, your raps have as much facts as a Trump campaign speech. Rapping for revolution certified. No more than 30,000 words a minute.
Travel from the furthest stretches of the universe.
It's the sun.
Everybody loves the light. Creates opportunity for you and me. Promotes community unity. Melanin activated. Niggas armed and got the stick but never vaccinated. No cap but I'm clapping like you graduated. Captains get capsized and were assassinated. Post captivated. Capital LA. Vampires ripping out throats. An apple a day. Go Appalachia. Gave her props after she left the stage. She didn't seem to care. But that's all I have to say. I'm cool, I'm after the Apple Pay. It's jumping off, got me halfway after the accolades. Y'all rappers are just mini-me. Ignorance flying too close and burning off your wing. Y'all the bastard sons of the sun, of the sun, of the sunlight God provided. Stars none shine brighter, I'm Osiris. Son of Amun Ray, duel at noon the highest. I'm a different pedigree, I burn at a different degree. How I'm ripping them see.
We rain on year round. And that's in the truth. And the truth is, your raps have as much facts as a Trump campaign speech. Rapping for revolution certified. No more than 30,000 words a minute.
Travel from the furthest stretches of the universe.
Oh yeah. And we're back. Let me bring back my Beat Junkie brother D.
Damn, Rat, you were on fire right there.
Shoot. Because I got to play some exclusives. Exclusives.
Word. Nah, thank you for playing that new joint with myself and Substance, man. Appreciate that. Thank you.
D's been putting some work in.
Trying to, man. Trying to be like you, Rat. You know.
Shoot. Man, I don't know. You've been kind of putting more shit than I am like right now as of late.
Well, Red, let me ask you. I mean, I know you've been working on this new album with J. Rawls. How long? How many months or years has that been in the works?
If I say the years, you're gonna be like, "Oh, come on, man." even J. Rawls was saying, "Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it."
Man.
I mean, but it's we've been working on off and on for quite a long time. Like, put it this way, this is when we first started. I was using the MPC 2000.
Yep.
Then and he was using the ASR 10. Then eventually I went to Reason and he was in ASR 10. And then eventually, and then towards the end, we both use Serato Studio.
Wow. Oh, Serato Studio.
Yeah.
Okay. Both of you guys.
Yeah.
Wow.
What's cool about it is like, you know, like say if you hear like a J-Lib album or even a Gangrene album, like it'd be like Ono, like say Madlib would on a beat and Dilla on a rhyme, or vice versa, or Alchemist and Ono on an Ono beat, or Alchemist Ono on a Alchemist beat. With this one, we literally we both made the beat together. Like either he did the sample and I did the drums, or vice versa.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's yeah. I mean, I wonder if there's any. Has there been other albums quite like that? You know what I mean?
You know, that's a good question. I don't know if there has been.
Yeah,
I
don't know too many.
Yeah, I'm sure there is, but I'm not knowing stuff. But I mean, I've done collabos myself. I did I did a song with 14KT where he, you know, I did the sample, he did the drums and shit like that. So, I mean, I mean, of course, you know, a lot of people are probably, you know, kind of like shocked. No, I don't know if say shock's the right word, but maybe couldn't see J. Rawls and me doing a beat together because our styles are too different and stuff per se.
Okay. Yep.
You know, so it was cool. It's really cool to like, you know, like to work with someone that's like totally different from you, but able to like bounce stuff over. You know.
For sure.
Have you done anything like that, D?
I haven't. No. I think it's a dope concept, man. But honestly, I think it would have been cool if you would have rapped. If you would have kicked a verse on it. No, I'm just saying roll reverse on it. You know what I mean?
I mean, I know J-Rock was saying, how come he ain't rapping? Because we'll leave that to Babu. You know, Babs was like Mr. Rapper for a hot second.
He's very lyrical. I know.
I mean, you know, he ghost written for Nico when he was young.
Is that right?
You know when Nico is like, when he had that song is like, Now You Know?
Yeah,
Nico?
yeah. Babs wrote all that?
Babs wrote that.
I thought, wow, okay. Didn't know that.
I mean, Nico now rhymes, you know, write his own rhymes, but this is Nico. Nico was 5 years old, so, you know.
Right.
Yeah,
damn. Fun facts.
I mean, Babs is trying to get his rapping career through Nico, you know, like.
I get it. No, that's dope. Makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense.
But yeah, man, Shoebox Knots, man. That's the first single that's dropping this Friday?
That's dropping this Friday on all digital platforms, and the video is dropping too. If you guys follow, it's on YouTube. It's gonna be on YouTube on Paco the Plug. So if you guys know who Paco the Plug is, Paka the Plug, it's gonna premiere on his YouTube channel this Friday.
Man, I mean, and then when is the album dropping?
Ironically, on the same day as your album. So.
Oh shit!
So same day as RHETTMATIC, February 3.
What's the name of the album?
The name of the album is He Who Laughs Last.
Ooh,
it's a very dark album. So
very contrast. You got the dark guy, you got the light guy. Look at the videos. He's in the dark room. I'm in the light room.
Contrast.
Yeah. Nah, so you folks, you get double dose of Beat Junkie sound for you on February 3rd.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Well, yeah. Let me do a quick recap because you played a lot of heat just now.
Yeah.
You started it off with "From the Slums" by Benny Slums and Tone Spliff. Then you went into "Green Light" by Jism and Navi the North featuring Pigeon John. After that was "Declaration" by DJ Mike C and Grand D. Shout out to Mike C.
Yep.
After that was Shoebox Knots by Substance 810 and D Styles featuring J Royale.
Woo.
After that was Kingsman by Body Bag Ben and Kale Problems. After that was All We Got by Phil Ortiz. Next joint was 360 Wave by DeBoo's Brothers featuring Himlo and Wino Willie. Wino Willie. That's a dope name.
That is a dope name.
Yeah. After that was Some of All Fears by D Styles and Jay Sinai. Thank you again for playing that joint, Red.
Oh, come on. That's one of my favorite joints off the album.
Thank you. After that was Trigger Point Therapy by Mayhem Loren featuring Westside Gun. Dope video, by the way.
Yes.
And after that was Exclusive Excalibur by RHETTMATIC. Next joint was Smoke Something by Diamond D. That was a dope video too.
Yep.
And last but not least, The Sun, RHETTMATIC featuring Blue and Raz Kaz.
Man, I got to say that joint right there, we were just following in your footsteps. We're lucky to get on a playlist like how you guys did, you and Jay Cyanide.
I don't even know how that happened, man. That was all Jay Cyanide right there.
Man, I know. I was talking to Jay Cyanide off on a text one time. So it's like, D says you know everybody. And he was like, actually, yeah, I think I do know everybody.
Oh, that's comedy right there.
That is comedy. So, man, we got another show. I mean, usually we do like, first and third Tuesdays, but we actually got an extra Tuesday this month.
Yeah, so we're back. What is that? The 29th? January 29th?
It's hold on, let me look there.
Tuesday.
No, the 31st.
Oh, okay. January 31st, Tuesday. Yeah, we are back.
Should we say who's on the show?
Probably not yet.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I think we have I like to think we have a pretty dope guest coming on the 31st. But you're right. We got to solidify it first.
It's a double header. Am I correct on that?
I hopefully I'm trying to pull for it. But
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah. 3 sound checks in 1 month, Jube. Yep. Exactly.
What's up, Jube?
Yeah. Shouts to Jube. Make sure you follow him. He has his own show, right? I believe.
Yeah, he does.
Short's on. Hey, Short. When are you gonna come on here and do a mix? At least you do a mix. If I can't get D, if I can't get D to do a mix. I mean, you have to play. You have to play all indie shit. We'll send it to you though. No, you got to do. Hey, Short, you got to play all D Styles and RHETTMATIC production. That's it. That's it.
Damn.
Oh, Short says I'll do a mix if D does one.
I'm down to do a mix, man. Shit.
Well, hopefully, but by the end of 2023,
it'll happen.
Short said he's down. He'll do a whole mix of D and you and our shit.
Okay. Yeah, I think Short might be coming out this way again, so maybe he could do it live from my studio.
Okay. That'd be good. Oh, another secret session, I would say, for
secret session. Yep.
Yeah. Little I don't know, little pickles in the bun or something like that.
Pickles in the bun.
Oh shit. What Short says done deal. So there you go.
Done deal. There it is.
There it is. Man, what a great show we had tonight. Second show.
Yeah, that was dope. Shout out to Bobby J.
Yep.
From ROCKAWAY.
Oh shit. Wait. Mello's he said Mello's live from Dubai.
Say what?
Mello's on the chat room saying Shorts is live from Dubai.
Oh, Mello's in the house? What's up, Mello?
Mello, man. Are you over here hey Mello, are you over at Hawaiian Gardens playing cards with Gambling Pete? I don't know, man. Man, we need to get we need to get Mello on the show too also.
Definitely.
But you can't drink too much beer, dude, because we want to go home. We want to go to bed early still, dude. So you're notorious for staying out till like 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah, late night sessions right there.
Late night sessions, and we don't have a pool here either. Nah, but yeah, well, great show, man. Like Bobby J from ROCKAWAY did some dope shit, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Next. Yeah, we'll be back in 2 weeks. Shit.
In 2 weeks and stuff. But people, if you guys are in town this Saturday, I mean, probably sold out already, but D's doing a masterclass, a scratching masterclass this Saturday at the Beat Junkies 2 Sound.
Yeah, this Saturday. What is it? From 8 to 10 or 8 to 11 or something like that. PM.
So I mean, shouts to everyone in the homeroom. But if you never haven't taken a D master class, it's in person. It's pretty intense. So if you want to learn from Yoda.
Well, I mean, you know what's cool about it is it's bring your own, whatever beer or whatever you indulge in. Bring your own food, bring your own junk food, bring your own beer, bring your own bud, whatever. So
I forgot about your master.
Very
class.
interactive.
Totally forgot about your master classes. How you bring your own beer, bring your own bud, bring your own pizza.
Yeah, why not, right?
Oh, why not? I mean, was it in one class you had someone just kind of like just couldn't hang because like halfway? Who was it? Was it John? John?
Yeah, don't name any names, but it was someone had a little bit too much and had to sit it out basically.
They basically halfway. I just heard the story and I was like, oh man.
Yeah. Shout out to Peep Show. He'll be in the house too, helping me out.
Yeah, 545 in the house, or at least 2 out of 4.
2 out of 4.
2 out of 4. There you go.
Yep.
Oh, Mello says he's bringing 15% beer.
50% beer. Oh, strength? You mean?
Yeah.
50%.
That's what he said. 15. I was like,
oh,
damn.
15. I think you said 50. 50.
Oh shit! Still the same to me.
Damn, that's strong as hell. 50%.
15 that's pretty.
Oh, that's strong as hell. Yeah, 15.
I mean, our beer was what, 8%? Wasn't it 8%?
I think it was 11 or 12.
No,
wasn't it? No, yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
IPA.
I don't know. Mr. Famous in the chat room. Tell us. Was it 8%? Was it 11%? I don't know. Was it? I know it's strong, dude, because just one can was already like kind of.
Yeah.
Man. No, but yeah, great shit, D. Yeah, we'll be back, guys. The 31st of January. Hopefully we'll solidify a double header. Hopefully I'm not jinxing us and stuff. But yeah, pick up the new single, Shoebox Knox, Substance A10 and D Styles on all major platforms. The first single off the album.
This Friday.
This Friday. And we're dropping another RHETTMATIC single this Friday as well. So double Beat Junkie sound joint.
What is that, number 4 single?
Yeah.
Damn, you guys are just dropping them left and right.
Yeah, fuck it. Just
he said fuck it.
Just drop it. We want you to hear it. That's it. So,
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I can't wait. The video drops also Friday, right? Too.
Friday. Yep. Yes, oh, and if anyone is in New York this Saturday, my guy Jay Cyanide, he's doing a listening party at Beer Wax in Brooklyn. So this Saturday, Beer Wax, Jay Cyanide, and they're doing waffles. I want to say someone's gonna be cooking up waffles and beer.
Ooh,
and,
I heard Lord Sears DJing.
Lord Sears gonna be DJing also. Should be dope. I wish I could go.
Oh man, same here.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, also Boom Shot. Shout out to Boom Shot over in Hawaii.
Maui.
Yeah, we can do one day. We'll do a dream homeroom class over there in Maui. But Boom Shot was asking, can you guys stream the master class for the online students? Is there a stream for it? I don't know.
Oh, that's a good question. We could. The only thing, Boom Shot, is that is I move around a lot, like through the workstations, so there's no camera, on the actual classroom. It's only on the teacher's podium. So I would be gone. I would teach, and then I'd be gone for 20 minutes. So it might be kind of weird, but we could definitely try it. Let me ask Babu to see how we could science that out as far as camera angles and stuff.
And that's kind of sick.
But that's a good idea, yeah.
That is. For those who want to, because can you break it down? How would you do the master class compared to, say, if they were to join BeatJunkies.tv?
Well, it'll start out with like a warm up, like a scratch warm up, for a good 10-15 minutes probably, warm up, doing drills. Right. And then I'll go into a lesson, and then I'll teach different combinations, and then what I like to do is to emphasize more on flow, and so I'll teach different concepts on how to flow, you know, using these scratches and these combinations, and you know, and just kind of walk the room and just make sure everybody's on the same page. And then we also go back to the Longtagon. The Longtagon is you know, this big workstation that can house you know, 12 turntables basically. So is it 12? How many people can scratch on that?
I would say
10 or 12.
10.
Maybe 10 or 12.
Yeah, give or take.
You know, so yeah, so everyone has a mixer and a turntable, and then we'll go out there or go back there and basically, you know, do some more drills and lessons using the Longtagon. And I like to invite the students to come up on stage and demo, you know, basically scratch and use these you know, these lessons and concepts that I'm teaching, and be able to do it on stage and just kind of get used to being on stage and scratching in front of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, guys. So the good thing about it is it's not only this month. You're doing every third Saturdays.
Yeah, I'm doing one in January, February, and March. It'll be the third Saturday of every month.
Yeah. So if you want to come down and come to our school, learn from D for a special master class. Third Saturdays of each month for January, February, and March. Book your flights, get your hotels, get your Airbnb, and D will have a 6-pack of Short Shut for you.
I will. Yeah, Boom Shot. Let me talk to Babu about seeing how we could film that right there. It's a good idea.
Oh, D, guess what? This has never been done before. I think we got a raid train.
Oh, what? Right before we're about to end the team.
I know. I was like, what? A hype train? We rarely see any hype trains on SOUNDCHECK, so this is
that's dope, man. Appreciate that,
man. Well, you know why we're having a hype train, because we got you on the show. That's why.
Nah, come on, Ray. Come on.
I bet you we get a bigger hype train if you mix.
I gotta prep for that, right? You know, like mixing doesn't come as natural to me. Like how you could do it, like you could just freestyle off the cuff. I gotta practice that, man. It's different.
I feel you, because like when I cut, I'm sticking to just 1 or 2 techniques and that's it.
You got flows, right? Come on.
I don't got the technical funk like you do.
I'm just trying to be simple. I'm trying to be DJ Premier, man. Just just keep that funk, that simple funk right there.
You're futuristic Premier. That's what it is.
I wish, man. I wish.
Hey, so yeah, guys, remember D's master class this Saturday. This Friday is also a Substance A10 and D Styles joint, another RHETTMATIC joint. Dropping this Friday. Both our albums are dropping February 3rd, so you got a double dose of Beat Junkie sound for you right there. So
double dose.
Yep. And then we'll be back next in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So
yes, sir.
Shout out to everyone in the chat room. Melody. Shout out to our Beat Junkie brothers, Melody and Shortcut.
Short.
Yep. And thank you guys for rocking with us every time.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody.
Yep. And I guess we're out.
Out.
Hey.